Yeah, so the video gives you some perspective that the pictures, gives you the connectedness and all that.
Uh-huh.
So what I'll do is I'll go through that, and then there may be points where we'll go back to the pictures just so I can give you some details.
Okay.
But one thing is really, really nice landscaping. This is the front elevation of the house, and just so when we go inside, just so it helps the layout. There's 4 bedrooms on the upper level. There's one over the garage here. There's one in the front and back in this section. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't really see it from where I started this video. Oh, yeah. Over this part is the master bedroom. Okay. So that's how the bedrooms lay out. All right. Yep. And then real nice space in the garage. I think you could probably park 8 cars here. I don't know for sure, but you got 2 there, probably 3 deep and 2 wide, and then there's a space over to the side. So if you need a lot of parking, there it is. There's a space over the side.
Yeah.
I love this porch area. And by the way, stop and ask questions whenever you want. I love the porch there and the paver entrance.
Okay.
And then this gives a good idea of how things lay out when you walk in. So it's a center hall colonial. You got the stairs going up, living room there on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And then dining room over here on the right. And we'll come back. I think I come back through that later on. You got hardwood floors all throughout this level, all on the upper level as well. Solid oak hardwood floors, the original, nailed in type of hardwood.
Mm-hmm.
Wood burning fireplace here. And this fireplace has been customized. It actually has a really, I don't know what to call it, but it's a really heavy gauge piece of steel at the back of it. So when you build a fire, that actually catches the heat and it radiates it out. So it makes the fireplace a lot more efficient. It's the thing weighs a ton. It's so also, just to point out a couple of things you see in this a room, a lot of the kind of character that you expect to see in the 809 zip code, the homes with the older character to it, the fireplace, the crown molding.
Mm-hmm.
There's the entrance to the family room, and I think we're walking back through that in a minute, or maybe we're walking through it. Now we're going to take a view back to see how that room lays out. And then there's your connection to the front door.
Okay.
Okay.
And can you tell us the measurements of the living room?
I definitely can. And one of the things that I can do for you also is I can send you, that is not what I wanted to show. Yeah, so I can send you this, and before we're done, I'd like you to go to a sign-in link, but where you can give me your information. But in here, did I already pass it by?
There it is.
Yeah, you'll have, or you can go back and review the video, but would love it. And then I can send you this. I can send you disclosures, all that if you go just do my sign-in link. So and tell me.
Okay.
What, okay.
All right.
Yep.
Right.
And so back here. So then into the family room, you'll see in most of the rooms, all the bedrooms have ceiling fans. Okay, this gives you a view of how you're connected at the rear of the house. So this hallway, you're looking at the garage door there. There's the powder room. We'll see the black and white powder room. And then this is the door to the basement there, okay?
Okay.
And the kitchen is kind of L-shaped, so you're looking at the short end of the L here. So just kind of, and then the entrance to the dining room is right before this table that you see.
Okay.
All right, but we'll walk back through that. So at the end of this family room area, again, the hardwood floors, everything that I've seen, you know, in really good shape, the hardwood floors. And this is a good, so the pictures online, I don't think give you a great view of how these rooms are connected, but you can see it's nice, wide open connectedness to the kitchen. And this is what I refer to as the long part of the L and the short part. I don't know if they're actually different, but that's terminology I picked up.
Okay.
Yep. And then we go back through there in a second, just kind of a view back towards the living room, the formal living room. And this is a huge closet here too. So it's real nice to have that in the in this room. All right, so then going into the kitchen. So you've got really 3 sections of counters. I mean, these are Formica counters, okay? So, you know, they could certainly be upgraded. But a lot of counter space. This one main, you got some over here, and then a little bit here next to the stove for food prep, and a lot of cabinets. And these are not contractor grade cabinets; they're pretty high end. I don't remember getting a brand off them, but they're nice hardware, not soft close, but nice solid hardware.
And I see 2 sinks here also.
Yes, yeah, good point. You 2 sinks here. This one is a deep farm sink. They're both single bucket, but this one's really deep, and then this one's a little more standard. But yeah, that's a nice feature. And you got the tile backsplash here. You got saw it a little bit back there, but you got the main light, but then you also have recessed lighting and under counter lamps installed as well. So this is a true gourmet kitchen. This is the owner is actually a chef, and this is a Wolf 6-burner gas stove, and of course this hood is vented to the outside. And you can see it's got a serious splash screen here.
Yeah.
Okay, get a good look at that.
Yeah.
And there's looking back towards the dining room and the family room. All right, and then I go out here. This is about where you came in. So we like the way this yard is just super private. I mean, it's got, some very well established greenery along the back. The plantings are pretty much hand picked by the seller. It's a really nice assortment.
Is there any sort of fence in the backyard?
There is not. There's a fence to the side. We'll probably get a view of it. The neighbor's fence, they just put in an iron or aluminum fence to the side, but there's nothing on this side, nothing on the left side of the property, nothing to the rear that I know of.
Okay.
There's just some of the plantings, nice variety, seasonal variety. And there's a glimpse of the neighbor's fence. All right, and then this huge paver patio. He just did a lot of entertaining. You could handle really large groups out with all the space, 2 fire pits and all that. And then the grill area. Let me just go back to that a second. So there was an addition in between 2000 and 2002. It put on this space that includes the porch, so it's extra 5 or 6 feet here. It added finish in the basement. It extended this part of the of that family room. So it added quite a bit of space. And at around that time, he also had the, sorry, can't make small jumps, I guess. He also had the house sandblasted and all the pointing on the brick redone. So you can see it's just in immaculate condition.
Mm-hmm.
And the siding was done at that time. Also done at that time, all the windows were done with Pella windows. So top of the line hardware, double hung, double pane, just real smooth operation.
And I know that the Pella has a lot of different grades of windows. Are these, is the material a composite or is the material wood? Do you know?
You know what? That's a great question. And I'm not going to make something up here. My guess is it's a composite because I didn't see the wood, but let me find that out for you.
I'm just curious, that's all.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's definitely something that I can find out for you. Okay. Yep, I'll find that for you. Okay, so let's see. I think we're going to go. I'm not quite sure how this got edited. Okay, we're going to go downstairs first.
Okay.
So there you see there was a French drain put in, so they left the vinyl. Either they took the vinyl off, or they left the vinyl, or they took it off because you see the French drain. They had to cut out concrete in order to put that in. So there's 2 sump pumps and no water problems at all. You've got all this, preventative stuff going on. But that's why this isn't finished here, because of the drain. And probably did some dry. See, they did some, didn't quite put everything back together when they did that. Because they'd also put the waffle board up to the side, I think, usually. Okay, there you can see that as well. So you got this room, which we call the exercise room, some exercise equipment in there. You got a workshop and an office here. So that could come in handy these days when everybody's working from home. And he's a business owner, so this was a real operating office for him. So it's lots of stuff.
Yeah.
This closet here actually has a cedar ceiling to it, so it's a pretty big space. I think it goes to here. And apologize for not getting the inside of that, but it does have a cedar ceiling to it. All right, and then we head over towards the laundry room. And here's the third full bath, so with a shower down here at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
And then I don't know I think I have some video inside here. The boiler and the hot water heater sit in this closet here. I think I come back to that. You can see the laundry room with the utility sink and storage. And then we call this the recreation room. Your ground level is, below these windows, so it's not completely underground. Of course, it's nice having the light from the windows, as well as the recessed lighting that lines the room. And there's a big old closet. I only saw part of it, but I think we'll see it walking back through. So this room is the potting room. I guess that's more of a traditional thing, but there's a door that walks out here. As you can see, a lot of room. He stored a lot of tools in it, but garden supplies or whatever could be there. There's one of the sump pumps. I think I'd take a peek out there. Yeah, so you can see kind of.
Okay. No.
All right, and then back in through here, there's a cameo appearance of a neighbor. A big old closet there. There's a crawl space here, which he also uses for storage. Yeah, it's hard to go slow, I guess. But he stores boxes in there. That right there, he stores boxes in there. The step ladder or something. But it's dry and okay, and good view of that valve, huh? Okay, a well-McLean boiler and a gas hot water heater as well.
And the boiler is gas?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. All
Is
right.
there any air conditioning in this house?
There is not. There's not. And in fact, we've had that priced out. And actually, in a few minutes, I have a lender joining us because we talked about that. And one of the ways to do that would be, to get a loan product that would allow you to add that. But we think that's going to be about 15,000, which was figured into the pricing.
Uh-huh. And that would be central, or would that be split system?
Well, it would be central, but it would be zoned, probably 2 zones. So the way the home lays out, the best way to handle that is probably going to be to put 1 unit in the attic, so you're not eating up any wall space, chasing ducks down to lower level, and then put one unit in the basement. But you would zone it. You'd have two zones, 2 units.
Okay.
Okay.
And while we're looking at the wallpaper right here, what is behind it? Is it a plaster wall or what? Or drywall?
So it may depend, and I honestly don't know the answer to that. I would say, the parts that were redone in the renovation, obviously they would have been done in drywall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because it was a 1940 original construction, so you may find some plaster there. A hint of that might also be in the master bath, because he did take wallpaper off of that. But I will check if he has any additional information on that.
Okay.
All right, here's the main floor powder room. It goes a little bit that other way. I just really couldn't film it well. Okay, so back into the dining room with the built-ins and the chair rail and the custom paint there. What happened there? A very quick transition. Okay. Hello, welcome, Mitch. Anyway.
No volume yet.
Hey, Mitch, we're just going through the house video. We're going to spend a couple more minutes on this before I introduce you, okay? Or not. Okay. So just finishing up on the dining room here. There you see how it connects to the front before we go upstairs. So to the left, the master bedroom. Again, ceiling fans throughout. Lots of windows on this, all around here. That little bump out allows for, he used it as a little sitting desk. You've got 2. So, Mitch, we're just going through we're just finishing up the video tour, and I'm going to introduce you when we're done with that. And I have you on mute, video and audio. Okay. Well, you can't answer me because you're muted.
Okay, muted.
All right. So, all right. So, the view back that way. And then here's where you might get some hint as far as the original walls here. I don't know if I spent enough time on the walls. Probably not. I will ask. What I love about this, the detail tiling, pretty common of the area. Cobalt and whatever, pastels, and the checkerboard floor, and the stall shower. And then this is the front middle bedroom. There is hardwood under the floors here as well, and a pretty deep closet. This is a nice size room. Okay, and then this would be the room over the garage with the built-in bookshelves and some closed-in shelves below. That's for the book reader in the house or the study, whatever. That's a fairly deep closet as well. It mirrors the other closet in the other bedroom. I think if we have time, I'll go to the closet shuts. By the way, I didn't take any footage up in the attic, but there is a pull down set of stairs here. I've been up there. It's pretty decent space through the pull down stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the hall bath. So again, you got the cobalt and golden tiles. Got realtor in the mirror there. And you've got the 2 sinks. So the one over here by the shower. And then a second sink over there by the entry. Little view of the patio from there. Okay, and then this is the last bedroom, the smaller one. All right, and then I think we go outside and then we'll be done. So there's that extra parking spaces, paver patio to the side, and the flowers just start really to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Nice space. Sorry, this was filmed or was edited to go a little fast. But it augments, you've seen the pictures online, so it kind of helps you connect it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's steps where you can walk down there. Give you an idea of how much space it is. All right. Nicely landscaped, really. Want to take a minute to introduce, how can I, there you go. Hey, Mitch.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
So we've got Bob, my fellow agent, and Anthony's, we've been touring the home. And so Mitch, as we were going through, one thing came up, of course, it's a great home. And the obvious question is the AC. So, we were putting our heads together, it's a great house, lots of upgrades and stuff. And this is AC is something that most people would want. How do we deal with that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's certainly a great way to deal with it. And once I get an opportunity to explain, I think you'll get it. It's funny. People sometimes walk away from properties because they don't realize that there's a loan that is available. It is a conventional loan on this particular property where you can basically, again, I try to keep things, as Ken and I were talking about this earlier, I try to keep this as simple as I possibly can, because quite frankly, it is pretty simple. Basically, what you can do on the the improvement of this beautiful home, it's a gorgeous home, is just by you would have to put your minimum down on a conventional loan of 5%. but then you can finance the cost of what the improvement of the AC to your end loan amount. And the cost of that, when it's all said and done, and I know that Ken has a flyer that he could share with anyone who's interested in seeing it, you will see that the end cost of that is roughly about, rounding it up, they're roughly about an additional $70 a month on your total mortgage payment to meet that improvement of adding the AC.
So Mitch, I'm kind of a simple thinker here. This loan product has two pieces to it, right?
Yes.
It has money to buy and has money to improve.
Absolutely, 1,000%, exactly.
And
We
what
would
do we,
obviously.
and what do we call this product?
This is called a home style renovation loan.
Okay. And are there, so we just gave this example with the AC, but if somebody wanted to paint or do something else, what else could that loan, that improvement budget cover?
Yes. It covers a multitude of things, anything that, for lack of a better word, the buyer would like to upgrade or improve, or, if there is a repair, not necessarily on this property, but if it's another, any type of situation that may require that. Another neat thing, I saw that beautiful patio that they have back there, just to give you the extreme of what this product can do for people. You can even put in like a Bobby Flay kitchen back there. You know what I mean? That's the extent of the beauty of this type of product. Ken said it well. Number one, it gives you the ability to purchase the home, but it also, number two, gives you the ability to make improvements to the property. And as you can see, there's a lot of, I don't want to say negative connotation to this product. It's more not people being educated on the product, in that it's really not as complicated or cumbersome as it has been in the past.
So let's talk about that. Now,
Mhm.
one of the reasons I invited you here, I mean, there are, a number of lenders that will do a renovation loan. AnnieMac decided to make it different. So tell me about how AnnieMac, set out to make this different, what you guys do well.
Yeah, thank you, Ken. Yeah, exactly. We recognized a couple of years back that this is an undervalued product, and it's our responsibility to get the information about this product out to people like Ken, agents like Ken, and obviously buyers available. So we recognized that this product, what we did is we did a couple of things, major things, is we devoted a specific department that's all they do is renovation loans. Their job is from Monday through Friday is to basically do all the ins and outs of this product. So that was number one. Another thing that we do as part of that department is they will really do a fantastic job for the buyer, for that comfort level of vetting and making sure that the contractors that are doing any work on a property are licensed and vetted, and the type of contractor that we all want to work with. So they've identified that. They will do that due diligence to make sure that they're good people, they're professional people. And we will, as this process moves along, this is a really important point, that department, the responsibility won't fall on the agent like Ken or the buyer. It will fall, our department will make sure that they stay on top of these contractors to make sure that the job is being done in a timely fashion and in a obviously a way that it's completed correctly.
So what I'm hearing is AnnieMac committed to this, and they said, as a corporation, we're gonna specialize in this by having part of the corporation devoted to it. We're vetting contractors. We have you told me earlier about kind of I call it a triage process. You call it a red carpet call, where you size up what somebody's trying to do, and then you're really running it from a project management standpoint to uncomplicate it.
Exactly, Ken.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did just interject, like you mentioned real quick. Another big piece of this, again, for the buyer, because that's the goal here, is always to make the buyer feel comfortable in what this process would be. So we do have what's called a red carpet call when someone has shown interest in the potential of doing a renovation loan. And we set up a call with one of the experts in the department to run through the process and then answer any questions. This way now, the buyer, potential buyer, feels very comfortable, and now they've gotten a lot of knowledge before making, a decision whether to move away from this or to try to pursue it.
Okay. Well, okay. So I wanted to open it up to questions. Anything about the renovation loan, or anything about what's going on with mortgages, or how does someone get started? Anthony, Bob, either one of you have questions? I think, Bob, you might be on mute, but anyway, anybody have questions for Mitch?
I've got a couple of questions since I haven't heard about this home style renovation loan before.
Mhm.
You mentioned putting 5% down on a conventional loan. My experience has been that 20% was required for a conventional loan.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now,
Finish your thought.
does it vary from state to state, or can you explain that 5% down?
Yes. The answer is that on a conventional mortgage, whether it be a renovation loan or not, the minimum down payment is 5%. Obviously, what happens there, if you don't put 20% down, or if you put 5% down, 10% down, or 15%, you're going to be required to carry what's called private mortgage insurance.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of people, always their thought process is, oh, I want to avoid that mortgage insurance if possible. Now, again, not everyone has the 20% to put down. So it is obviously another vehicle to allow you to purchase a property and just have the minimum down. And I'll be honest with you, Anthony, if the credit scores are very high, the mortgage insurance premiums are very attractive. It's not as high as people think. And if Ken's doing a favor here, if you refer to my little flyer there, you'll see that the mortgage insurance on a monthly basis really isn't that much. As lower the score, it goes up. But again, it doesn't mean you can't do it. But no, you don't. To answer your question, you are not required, and it's not a state-to-state thing. It's throughout the industry. On a conventional loan, a minimum down payment is 5%.
So a person could, that's just the minimum, and if they were in the position to put more down, then they didn't,
Of course,
have to carry that. So
absolutely.
So in order to get the loan to include putting the air conditioning in, the down payment would have to be what percent? I mean, we couldn't just do 5% and then take a loan for the additional for the air conditioning, correct?
Basically, how it would work, Anthony, is again, your down payment would be 5%, which is $21,500. Your primary loan amount will be $408,250. And then we would add on, in this scenario that we're speaking of, we would add the $15,000 to the $408,250, and that would be your loan amount. That's what would be what your mortgage would be as you move forward. So you're basically financing an extra $15,000. And again, if you, like I said earlier, and Ken's showing you here, that additional $15,000 in our scenario here equates to about an extra $70 a month.
Mm-hmm.
On to include the installation of the AC. If there wasn't, and let's say you weren't going to do an AC unit, then your loan amount would be the $408,250, and then the difference in cost or payment would be roughly $70 less. So the benefit is there. That's what we try to get people to understand. That again, that was one of the fallacies, Anthony, was like, oh my God, renovation loan, my payment's going to be so much more, or it's going to cost me so much more. Mm-hmm. In reality, when we really get an opportunity to educate, you find that it really isn't. And that's what makes this product so attractive.